Welcome, friends and collectors. You have joined me for an all-new edition of Diecast Emporium Military Mondays, brought to you by my friends at smallscalehobbies.com. Here's the business card. Be sure to check them out for everything in the military scale model world. Today, we're going to learn about the M26 Pershing Heavy Medium Tank. It didn't get to U.S. forces in World War II in a timely fashion. In fact, it only entered service during the latter days of World War II. However, it did see service in Korea as well. It got its name after John J. Pershing, who led the American Expeditionary Force in Europe in World War I. It was manufactured by Detroit Arsenal Tank Plant and Fisher Tank Arsenal. The tank weighed 92,355 pounds. It took a crew of 5 gentlemen to operate the tank: a tank commander, also known as a TC, a gunner, a loader, a driver, and a co-driver. As you can see, with that perfect angle, almost right on time as it spins around, it had a rather large gun, main gun for the time, and that was an M3 90mm gun. Its secondary armaments: usually it had two 30 caliber machine guns and a single 50 caliber M2 Browning machine gun. The operational range, 100 miles for this tank, and its max speed on the road in perfect conditions on a paved road was 30 miles per hour, but as we all know, battlefield conditions are often less than ideal, so if it were having to travel off-road, it could only go a max speed of a little over 5 miles per hour. As I said, this tank had a very short service history. When we talk about its service in the United States military, it was withdrawn in 1951 in favor of the M46 Patton tank. However, in World War II, a total of 310 Pershings made it to Europe before Germany surrendered, and therefore the E-Day. They didn't really arrive in time to be a major factor in the Battle of Bulge, where really Sherman tank losses were immense. But 12 additional Pershings were shipped to Okinawa in the Pacific, but due to delays, none of them actually participated in the battle or even really made it ashore off the ships. In the Korean War, the M26 was deployed to counter the North Korean tanks, like the Russian-built T-34-85 tank, which was doing a number on the M24 Cheffys, as well as some of the Sherman tanks that the U.S. initially had as a quick response force. That's a little bit of history and background information about the real tank. Now, let's focus on the model that you see in front of you. I did purchase this model from Greg at smallscalehobbies.com. You don't typically see, especially in HO scale, a lot, hardly any, M26 Pershing tanks. Now, this one was a fun kit to assemble. It only had probably 6 main parts, but it did come with a plethora of optional parts and accessories that you could put on. As you can see, I have a number of them on, with a few different bags, an extra jerry can, and an extra road wheel on the other side of the turret. So, painted in Tamiya olive drab, which was the color that this would have been painted in World War II and into Korea. The turret can be made to rotate as long as you don't glue it down. What you have to pay particular attention to is the muzzle brake, if you will, on the end of the main gun. I actually broke mine during painting and assembly, but I tried to do rectify a satisfactory enough repair. As you can see, the holes in the middle and between it where it should be. So it's close enough to what it actually should be. Now, as far as if these are still available from Greg at smallscalehobbies.com, that I'm not sure. I don't believe they are. But again, if you're looking for tanks in 187 scale or HO scale, Greg will have absolutely everything you need. Everything from World War I all the way to the Abrams and tanks that you see around the world in service today. That'll wrap up this week's episode of Diecast Emporium Military Mondays, a very, very quick installment. It's a very simplistic model. Again, it was fun to build, it was fun to paint and detail and decal as well. You probably saw a couple of my decals, most notably the star. And they are reasonably priced. Again, if Greg ever gets any more of these in stock, I will post a link to them in this video's description. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Check out your screen right now to see some other episodes of Military Mondays, so if you enjoyed this one, I encourage you to check out those videos. And until next time, take care, be well. I'll see you in the next review.